All right, guys. So today, welcome to the Creator Series. Mansi. Today we have Mansi with us, and Mansi is a friend and she's a nutritionist. As you know, on the Creator Series, I'm trying to talk to people who have unique perspectives to offer on life, who have done something unique, something that they feel is inspiring work. So today we have Mansi with us. I've known Mansi only for like a few months, uh, and I met her at an event where she spoke about nutrition. And I thought it'd be great if we could talk to her about what has her journey been like, because it's been a very unique journey. So talk a bit about that, Mansi. Introduce yourself to start with, the people who might listen to this. Uh,
Oh,
Tell me, what have you done? What did you study? How did you enter nutrition as a
okay. So I have studied biochemistry and then nutrition as my
profession?
major.
Right, right,
And uske baad I started working in a media house because when I was studying, I just felt like this probably might not be my passion. I don't want to spend my entire life in a hospital
yeah,
or in a lab.
yeah,
It just I did some internships. I worked at Ames also for a bit,
right,
and it
right,
was like India's best hospital, and no one in my class got like a job there, and I did. So my grades were pretty great. I think I was a really good student, but when I was working there, I realized that this is not the life that I wanted. Even
yeah,
though there was no other option at that point of time, it was the
yeah,
only option. I had to either work in a lab or go for a PhD or get a job at a hospital.
yeah,
So yeah, it didn't excite me. Even when I was in school, I was very into writing. I was into talking. I think everyone said that my communication skills were really great, and I've been very creative person. So I should have gone into something like advertising or animations, but
yeah.
you know I don't know, that just never happened, because in my
Okay,
family everyone was like either they're going for engineering or they're going to be a doctor. No one chose something like that, so I never had an idea when I was in school. So after this, I just quit my everything, like whatever I was doing. I did nothing for about 8 to 10 months. It was
mm,
such a difficult time. It was very bad because my family was like, why don't you do anything? You have a degree and blah blah blah, and you're lazy and this and that. All those tanas that you get in the Indian households. But I was
yeah,
like, I don't
yeah,
know. This is not what I want to do.
yeah,
And then yeah, on Facebook one day there was this opening at India Today group,
yeah,
and my dad has been like a huge news person, so I knew about their anchors and I knew that it's a really big media group. So there was this opening for a social media um, specialist,
yeah.
and even though I didn't study it, I just went for an interview and I
Mm.
got the job.
Okay.
Because the tasks that they gave me, they were really cool, and I was the only person who wasn't from a journalism background who got a
Yeah.
job there.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I worked there. I started working there without any experience for about 2 to 3 years, and I
Right.
learned a lot in that time. And that was something that I really wanted to do, and I loved my job. I loved it. But
Mm.
then again, there was this, after 3 years, I think I learned a lot of multimedia, social media, writing, PR, contacts. There
Yeah.
was nothing else for me there. There was nothing that fueled me. There was nothing to grow. Growth
Yeah.
was like, it was done in maximum 3 years. So
Mm.
then I just decided that I'm going to do something of my own, and now I
Mm.
can't work anywhere. So then I just started it, like, just like that.
But did you study nutrition? Like I remember you said in the talk the other day that you did you study in the US? Where did you
Yeah,
complete school?
yeah, Stanford.
Okay, so you went. Okay, so you studied there. So bio. What is it called? Biochemistry.
I completed it from DU, and then masters I did from there.
Okay. Okay. So then
Yeah.
you didn't work. You worked in the US, or did you work in India?
No, no. I came back.
You came
I
back,
didn't work.
and this social media job that you did was in Delhi.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. But why did you come back from the US then? Like, why did you not feel like working in the US?
Because again, there weren't really a lot of jobs. There weren't
Okay.
the kind of jobs I needed. There were very petty jobs that I didn't want to do, and it was a lot of struggle, honestly, just to be on my own and surviving. Everyone like who was with me, they were doing 2 jobs, 3 jobs,
Wow.
along with their studies, and managing our expenses. And I already spent so much money that I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't spend more money on just living there without getting a good job.
Right.
And yeah, so everyone was like working the entire nights also and in the day also, and then they were coming to the classes and they were going to the lab. So I looked at
Hmm.
people and it was insane. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't. And then I was getting homesick and I just thought that I'll go. And then
Yeah.
I'll see I'll probably come back. I'll look for more opportunities. I just thought that right now I should go and then probably come back. But then it
Huh.
never happened.
Right. 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 So you came back to India, then you thought you'll do your own thing. So how did nutrition happen? So how did you get into the field of nutrition then?
So I've always been very passionate about healthy eating anyways.
Yeah.
So I don't like people who eat very unhealthy food. I just really like to take care of my body anyways. So that
Hmm.
was something that I thought that I like. So I thought that
Hmm.
this might be good to study, and because I only had an option of MSc biochemistry that I didn't want to do. So I thought
Hmm.
nutrition is something, again, I thought that this is something that I can do something of my own also in future if I want to do, because somewhere I always had an entrepreneur bug in me,
Right.
that I get from my dad. So I
Right.
thought that this is a field where I can do something of my own also. I can do a job also. And it was sort of like a glam thing also, because I would read all these magazines and there were these nutritionists that had columns, and
Yeah.
the people who were in Bollywood also, like celebrity
Right.
nutritionists, sports
Right.
nutritionist. So this
Right.
really excited me, and I thought that I would do it. But
Hmm.
after doing it, there weren't like a lot of opportunities, honestly, like well-paid
Hmm.
opportunities.
Right. Right. So you decided to go on your own then. So how did you? So what? So how have you gone on your own? How much time has it been?
So I
So
did.
talk. Yeah. Yeah.
It's been almost 2 years now,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I just didn't want to take any money from my family for this, because I just didn't want to do it that way. So I saved enough money from my India Today job, and then
Okay.
I took a place, a clinic and studio kind of thing, just near
Right.
my house only. But I needed
Right.
an extra space. And then I took that, paid all the security and everything, got done. Then just, started with the personal contact, starting spreading the word. I just WhatsApped people that have started this thing. I started posting on Instagram. I didn't do any full-fledged marketing like a lot of these big clinics have, like these skin clinics with huge hoardings in South Delhi everywhere. I just didn't
Yeah.
have the that kind of budget. So I started just exploiting my personal contacts, started people to share my WhatsApps that I was sending it to them, some knowledge,
Hmm.
some facts every day. And yeah, that's how I started it. So now I think I've been pretty stable. I feel very, I mean, after like 1.5 years, I think, because I was like doing no profit kind of thing. I was just spending whatever I was getting, I was
Yeah.
earning. But
Right.
after that, I started feeling very stable. Now, two people working in my team and who helped me in the entire work. And
Right.
yeah, it's better now.
Okay, great. So you think eventually, because right now, everything's screwed up, right? Everything, because everything that we worked on the last few years, even you people like you and I, nothing is happening right now. But overall, I think nutrition as a field has a great future, because people are getting very conscious about what should they eat, what should they not eat, especially because even this disease has emerged from health, unhealthy eating habits, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
I think if there's one thing that this entire situation has told us, it's that we take our health for granted a lot, like our
yeah,
sleep, our food, whatever we're eating, because we're working all the time. And I think immunity को ही बढ़ाने का सिर्फ यही तरीका है to prevent yourself from corona or any other virus we get in the future or any other
yeah,
disease.
yeah.
Now I think it's so unpredictable. Like even if corona disappears someday, you never know what comes next. You never know
Hmm.
that there can be some other virus which we don't have cure for. So I
Hmm.
think focusing on your health right now is the utmost importance, and people are still not doing it, and that kind of makes me sad,
Yeah.
because they're eating really bad foods right now also. So
Hmm. I forgot to ask you, what have you eaten today?
I have eaten rajma chawal. It's actually my most favorite dish in the world. I can eat
Okay.
it anytime, anywhere. Like I eat it at least once or twice a week because my mom knows that I love it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of feeling very low yesterday.
Hmm.
And so today she was like, I'll make rajma chawal for you so that you feel happy. So I'm like, yeah,
Wow.
okay.
That's so adorable. I know it's nice, because I mean, it's like sometimes there are times in this period where I have also felt very low. Although I have written a book on happiness, and somebody told me yesterday कि आप अपनी किताब पढ़िए, खाल के अंदर खुशी.
I know people think that, people like us,
Yeah,
because we look so happy. And on Instagram, I always am posting really nice, happy pictures.
yeah,
And you talk about happiness in all your talks. And
yeah,
because obviously your job is making people laugh and like spreading happiness. So people think that we're like such people who wouldn't feel low, or our
yeah,
lives are perfect. And
right,
it's, I tell people that it's not like that. We
yeah.
feel low a lot of times.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. So talk about, so we haven't spoken about nutrition. So we spoke about your journey so far, how you eventually have become a nutritionist, which I believe is great because eventually when things open up, I think nutrition is going to take a very important place in our thinking also, that what should we to stay healthy, how should we build our immunity. So talk about that. So talk about what is the importance of food uh, in our health. How should we approach it? What are the things people have been doing wrong, and how to go towards uh, approaching eating right in future?
So people try to do a lot of things on their own without any expert advice, but
Yeah,
especially when they don't know it. So a lot of people, to reduce weight, try to go for some intense diets where they cut out certain nutrition, like
yeah,
probably carbs or protein or vitamins and minerals, which make their body really weak. When you're
right,
in your 20s, you wouldn't get to know. You would feel very fit, you would feel like you're losing weight. But after you turn 30, 35, all
yeah,
those foods that you cut down from your diet in your 20s, all of them will come back, like in the form of like weakness, diseases, bone problems. So people don't
hmm,
get that. That is the first thing, that they see some intense weight loss diet on the internet and then they start jumping on it immediately. I mean, I
hmm,
also get some clients who are like, we want to go on a water diet completely and this and that, and I'm like, why do you want to do that? Like, it's
yeah,
so bad for your body.
yeah,
So yeah, internet is. I just think that internet has sort of ruined also a lot of things, because people now don't go to an expert doctors. They just go on Google and check their symptoms and get
hmm,
treatments for them from them.
yeah,
That's something people are doing extremely wrong. Second thing is that they're not feeding their kids right, especially
hmm,
parents. I mean,
hmm,
as parents, because I understand that you're busy and I understand that both of you have jobs now, but kids are at their growing years, they have the maximum requirement of nutrients. Like
hmm,
after they turn 25, it's still like okay, but before, at least in their teen years, they're growing 4 times more than like a normal human adult.
hmm,
So yeah, I mean, neglecting their nutritional needs when they're kids, feeding them with instant noodles or feeding them with all these packeted chips and all of that. And I've seen so many parents, because they're working and the kids are distracting them, they hold them like these iPads and screens, and their eyes actually eventually get weak, and
yeah,
then they get spectacles at such young ages. So I
right,
think when it comes to work, there has to be an important balance, not just for mothers but for both the parents. Take the equal responsibility of the child, devote certain time, and please don't neglect their nutrition because they need it the most.
right,
With kids, I think even elders, because abhi corona ka time hai, we're in quarantine, so I'm going to talk about this, because kids and elders are like the most prone people right now for corona. If you've seen the statistics, it's actually
hmm,
affecting the older people a lot more.
yeah,
So yeah, neglecting their nutrition also is something that you can't do right now, because unka immunity वैसे ही बहुत weak है. They don't have power to fight any virus.
hmm,
And elders are very stubborn, like they don't eat what you tell them. So you have to be very strict, you have to be very tricky, you have to tell them that you have to, like if you care about your parents, you have to tell them कि आपको ये खाना ही पड़ेगा, आपको ये दवाई लेनी ही पड़ेगी. There is
right,
no other alternatives.
right,
So that is something that people are doing wrong. And then again, not having any sort of workout in their lives, and just like Netflixing and eating
yeah,
all the junk foods.
yeah,
This is like this tunnel when you
hmm,
go, and it happens with me also. Like if I do it 5 times, 4 times a day, like a week, I just straight away like on my bed and keep eating. It's
hmm,
very difficult to get back to your normal active life.
yeah,
It becomes
yeah,
a tunnel. Like you
yeah,
just keep like going down in it. Like it just makes you like a lot lazier. So now, like initially when the quarantine started, I just took some days off. I was like, I'm just gonna Netflix. I'm gonna lie down on my bed. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm
hmm,
gonna take rest. And then after like a week, I just felt so sick. I started feeling very lazy, very demotivated. So now
Yeah.
every morning I sort of get up and get ready. And I mean, if you've seen my stories, I sort of dress up every day, and a lot of people
Yeah.
message me about dressing up in quarantine, why you're doing your makeup in quarantine, and this and that. And I'm like, I'm just doing whatever makes me active or makes me
Yeah.
feel good. And because my priority is putting a lot of content on Instagram right now, so I'm like,
Yes.
just making use of my quarantine time to do that.
Yeah, you gotta look good. Like, I mean, if you're putting stuff on social media, like for example, there've been days I don't like I shaved, just for this call.
You have to do that. Yeah, you have to do that because people will come after you if you don't do these things. And I mean,
Yeah,
it makes you happy from inside also. You
it
feel
does. It
more bloom.
does. I agree. I agree. If you don't take care of even the way you look, it does make you
Yeah,
feel very lousy. Yeah. You spoke about
exactly.
immunity. How does one build immunity? Like immunity is important, right? Because people who believe,
Immunity, yeah. So immunity
yeah, good
can't be
immunity.
in one night. It can't be
Yeah.
built in one week. It takes years and years. Matlab bachpan se what you're eating is actually constituting to your immunity. And
Huh.
according to research, and I've talked to a lot of doctors about this also, Indians have really strong immunity as compared to the rest of the world.
Okay.
And our generation, where we come from, our parents have fed us really good foods, like really
Hmm.
solid foods, and we've had good milk and ghee and good sabziyan and makki ki roti and good food. But now, like people who are not from our generation, they're like a bit younger than us, they don't get that kind of brought up and those kind of foods. So it
Hmm.
takes years and years to build immunity. So there are certain foods that I'm going to talk about, which people can actually have, so whoever
Yeah.
is listening, so it's useful for them. So some foods like broccoli, shakar kandi,
Hmm.
haldi, ginger, tulsi, all of these things, even long, they're really good to boost your immunity. एंड अगर आप देखो तो ये सारे फूड्स एक्सेप्ट ब्रोकली, ये सारे फूड्स काफी शकरकंदी, काफी ट्रेडिशनल इंडियन फूड्स हैं जो कि हम वैसे भी खाते हैं नॉर्मली, एंड
Right.
हल्दी तो हम रोज ही खाते हैं. तो आई
Right.
थिंक दैट्स सॉर्ट ऑफ लाइक बूस्टिंग, हेल्पिंग अस बूस्ट आवर इम्यूनिटी. मतलब गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से एक ड्रिंक भी आई है, कहवा, दिस कहवा दैट दे हैव asked everyone to have. It has 4 different Indian herbs, which is long, ginger, haldi. So people are advised to have them to boost their immunity. So you need to have it every single day. When I was younger, my mom used to give me this tulsi ka pani every
Right.
single day before I go to school. And I
Right.
think it sort of built up my immunity like a lot stronger. So it
Right.
takes years and years, but matlab cut down on a lot of heavy carbs that you're having. Try to have less fried foods and lot more vegetables, even bell peppers, और जितने भी विटामिन सी रिच फ्रूट्स हैं जैसे ऑरेंज,
Hmm.
मौसमी, these are very good for your immunity boosting because vitamin C is related to production of white blood cells.
Yeah.
And white blood cells आपकी direct immunity में help करते हैं. They help to make antibodies. तो जितने
Okay.
भी vitamin C rich fruits हैं जैसे कि orange and all, these are very good for boosting your immunity. And even bell peppers like capsicum, red bell pepper, these are really good immunity boosting
Like
foods.
the
So
seasonal
those
veggies
are,
are good. Seasonal veggies are generally good for
yeah, yeah.
immunity. Hmm. Actually, tell me something. So overall, if you look at food and nutrition, for example, one of the challenges that we are facing right now in the world is going to face is even mental health, right? So one is physical health, one is mental health. Now, do you think the food that we eat, or I'm sure it has an effect on our physical health, but do you think the food that we eat also has an impact on our mental health?
Of course, it definitely does. Because see, अगर आप, let's say you have Coke, ठीक है, अगर आप एक Coke पी रहे हो, it has a lot of sugar and it immediately makes you like happy. It immediately gives you a sugar rush. You feel very energetic. You feel like it's quenching your thirst. But
Hmm.
as soon as that sugar is dissolved and broken down in your body, and वो energy that's gone, it just drains you
Hmm.
immediately, and then
Hmm.
you crave for it a lot more. So sugar works like a drug. तो ऐसी
Hmm.
जितनी भी चीजें हैं, which are very high in sugar, they make you feel very energetic. Especially caffeine also makes you feel
Yeah.
energetic, and then all of a sudden you're like drab. So not going for such foods is, I mean, I'm myself like a huge coffee addict, so it's really ironical for me to say that try to have less caffeine, because I myself can't work without
Yeah.
it, and which is
Right.
something that I'm working on eventually. So these foods immediately give you that rush, or फिर एकदम से they make like put you down. So I think again, having seasonal fruits and vegetables are a way to even improve your mental health. Like, how do you feel after a workout? Like, a bad workout is better than like no workout, right? So it's the
Mm.
same feeling when you eat something healthy. अगर आपके पास you have an option of a burger and then you choose something like a healthier version of that burger, like let's say multi-grain sandwich you chose over like a burger, you will always feel instantly happy. Like after you have it, you'll not feel guilty,
Yeah.
you'll not feel like you had something bad. It was all whole grains, it was all very good for your body, so you feel nice. It's like the feeling that you get after a workout, and
Right.
it's very good for your mental health also. Once you like
Mm.
start taking care of your body, there is no going back. Like once you
Yeah.
start seeing results, there is just no going back. It's addictive.
Mm.
That feeling is addictive, and it
Right.
really helps mental health.
Yeah, because I think what you're saying is when we face with a difficult decision and we know that the difficult choice is a better choice for us, we feel better
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
we actually ended up making the difficult choice because it's good for us,
And you
right?
sort of won over your, you sort of won, you feel like you won over that itcha that you were getting to have like
Huh.
something unhealthy, and when you beat that and you win and you still enjoy, it just makes you happy. It's like,
Yeah. And remember you mentioned the other day when we were talking about that you don't work out, you don't enjoy working out, if I
yeah,
remember
I
correctly,
can't
right? So is that can one do that? So basically, is it okay to just manage your health or nutrition with food only? So you can just totally avoid
no.
workout.
No. So I'll
Okay.
tell you what. So, personally, I've tried different forms of workouts. Okay, just nothing held my attention for a long period.
Okay.
When I tried yoga, I was so lazy. I was like, I'll sleep. Itna quiet hai. There is no energy. And I think dance is the only form of workout that I can probably do because I
Okay.
enjoy it, and it's
Right.
something that make me happy. I'm sort of a person who needs to really go out in order to do work, who really needs to dress up, who really
Yeah.
needs some energy. I'm not like meditation person. I'm not like
Right.
calm and composed and all of that. I
Right.
can't do that.
Right.
So otherwise, I have a very active lifestyle. The things that I do, I don't keep sitting at one place. I get up every hour from my desk and I walk around. I go stairs. I live on the second floor. My clinic is on the third floor, and I take
Hmm.
stairs most of the time. So my usually cardio वो मेरा काम से हो जाता है because I'm shooting a video तो मैं इधर जाके बैठ रही हूँ or
Right.
something or the other. मतलब I think on an average day I take about 15 stairs every single day, like one floor, like
Right.
every single day. So it
Hmm.
sort of counts in my workout. मेरा steps में आ जाता है, मेरा stairs में आ जाता है. So I don't need to work out otherwise. But now because I'm stuck at home and मेरा कोई active lifestyle नहीं है, so I am working out at least 3 to 4 times a week. क्योंकि मैं रोज नहीं कर सकती हूँ. It just doesn't work out for me. I hate doing it. So abhi
Yeah.
I'm just pushing myself to do it 3 to 4 times a week. I've downloaded this Cult Fit ka app, and there are different sessions.
I
They
know. I
also
know.
have dance.
I'm a member of Culture. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm doing that because it's not possible. Honestly, it's not
Yeah.
possible. I was not working out pehle because I just maintained an active lifestyle. Like even when I was working in 9 to 5, I was always like getting up every 1.5 hours and taking a walk around and then sit on my desk. So
Yeah, I
it's
do. I do that also. I mean, you can actually, for example, now that you say it, I think about it because even if you, let's say, don't go to a gym, right? For example, there are days I'm a member of cult otherwise, but the days I skip the gym, right? And I have to take the metro, I run up the metro stairs.
yeah.
It's a
So it's
long,
like
it's a
what
long
do you
one.
do? So I don't want to come here and misguide people and say that I don't work out and I still look like this, and it's not. It's not because now I'm not working out and I do feel like, I'm not the same. I do feel a difference in my body. I do
I
feel
understand.
a little tummy bulge there, here and there, because I'm sitting all day long. So it's not
Yeah.
possible. There is no shortcut
Yeah.
to a good healthy body. You have to move. मतलब आप उसको अपना lifestyle बना सकते हो, या आप एक अलग gym join कर सकते हो. A lot of people do yoga, whatever
Huh.
works for you. Dance
Right.
works for me, so I dance. It makes me
Hmm.
happy. It takes care of my mental health also. It sort of takes away my stress. So
Right.
yoga is that for a lot of people, but for me, it's dance.
Sure. Okay. Just one last thing. So talk about, so for example, you eventually decided that nutrition was a niche, right? That you tried a bunch of things and you're like, okay, fine. This is something I care about and this is what I'll do. So once you decided that and you did a bunch of things that went right for you. So what would you suggest? A lot of people don't know what is right passion for them. One, right? They don't know what they're passionate about. And secondly, once they figure it out, they don't know how to convert that passion into some sort of a profession,
I think
right?
it's a very
Yeah,
good question
yeah.
because I also get a lot of DMs from a lot of young girls who are
Mm,
like, "We don't know what to do. I'm very confused about my passion and all of that." And I can safely answer that because I have been there.
mm,
There was this time when I was super confused. I left everything. I was doing nothing for a year because I wanted to go back to US, and working at AIMS and these kind of hospitals just didn't work for me. I couldn't find my passion anywhere. So
right.
it comes in everyone's life. um, but I think all you have to do is take risk, because when I quit my job, I took a huge risk. I do not come from a very big affluent family who can provide me with a lot of investment. It
Mm,
was all on my own. So if you
mm,
are someone who has to invest your own savings and own money, you'll be very, very careful. So I think
mm,
the one thing that you need is that how so first of all, you need to find what you want to do for the rest of your life, and you have to
mm,
try different things. I went into media, I did nutrition, I also interned in some auto magazine, something, when I was in college. So you'll have to really try out different things. Some people
mm,
try their hand at blogging also, and then they think that's not the kind of thing that they want to do. So
yeah.
जब तक आप experiment नहीं करोगे, and I know that this can be very daunting, especially with if you're living with your family, because they
Yeah.
don't get it. They don't
Right.
get that you want to explore your interests.
Right.
So you'll have to explore,
Right.
do at least 4 to 5 things, different things, and see what is actually making you happy.
Right.
So I used all my knowledge that I gained at Media House in my own work today. Like I didn't spend any money on marketing, but I used all the social media skills that I gained, SEO skills that I gained in my
Mm,
work.
mm,
So please try 4 5 things, explore karo. There is no particular work which is smaller or which is not good. I think हर चीज में scope है if you do it right. हर
right.
चीज में scope है. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है जिसमें scope नहीं है. So
Right.
yeah, just try different things. I mean, if you try 4 5 things, I'm sure कि कोई एक चीज ऐसी होगी which will make you happy.
Mm,
Find that, and then sort of start making a business plan. Start making, if not business, just start
yeah.
making a plan. How much money will you be needing initially?
Right.
Take that out. I mean, I had an option of having like my clinic in my house only, like one room, but I knew it wouldn't work out because there was no seriousness in my house. There was so much disturbance. I couldn't shoot, I couldn't do. So i,
Right.
I said I'll pay like rent. I would take my different clinic. It makes me more professional also. So
Mm,
just think about these things ki yaar, I mean, all of us have to go certain things. I have invested some money, energy. Then be prepared to work day and night. Be
mm,
prepared to work early mornings, because if it's your passion, you have to. So
right.
yeah, the first thing is to explore different interests. I mean, I explored a lot of different things before I found out that I wanted to do this. And
Yeah.
then just be prepared that you will do it whatever it takes. Whatever
Yeah.
it takes. It can be energy, your money, whatever you have to deal with your family. It's like iske baad, it's like do or die. You have to either do this and there's no other backup.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that's what I would advise if anyone's looking for it.
Yeah, it's a do or die. I agree. So once you figure out your passion, and what else are you going to do after that? So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Awesome, awesome. I think that's
And I
all.
think once you start working on your passion, I don't think that you can do anything else, because
Yeah,
you can't go back to like not being passionate about your work.
yeah, yeah. You need to figure out some way around working around it itself. I think that's what you do.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, great. I guess Mansi, that's all. Those are the questions I have for you. It lasted longer than expected because fun conversation. So
And because
thank. Huh?
I think I talk a lot.
Yeah, which is good. That's a good thing. All
Okay.
right. Thank you so much for your
Okay.
time. Thank you so much. Thank you.
It
Bye. Take
was
care of
amazing.
yourself.
Bye.